Namaste and welcome to Pramani Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and you'll be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one and more. But if you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, I would recommend you to go and watch my free workshop that is almost 3 hours of content, a masterpiece in itself. So I would highly recommend you to go and watch that. Okay, let me just put the link here. Yes, you can go and watch this if you are just starting into it. Okay, so I've just pinned that. Hello, Michael Angel. How are you? So yes, if you are watching this, yes, last time we were taking the random ascendants for Jupiter transits and we missed the Sagittarius ascendant. I apologize for that, for the inconvenience, but that's how destiny is. I feel there's a reason why I missed it. But for those who wanted to learn about it, here's the video. And if you have any question apart from it, please put them into the comment section as well. It is always good to interact with you. So before that, can you just confirm if audio is perfect? Just put an AV into the AV okay into the comment section. AV okay, yes, great. So all the settings are okay from my side. Okay, now let's get into the Sagittarius ascendant. So if you look at this right now, I've just casted the chart for right now, and surprisingly, this is Sagittarius ascendant. Amazing. I love this. Okay, so what is happening with Sagittarius ascendant for the transit of Jupiter? Jupiter is going from the fifth house of Aries to the sixth house. Other important where are the two other important where are the two other important planets? Saturn, Rahu. Saturn is in the third house of efforts. Rahu is in the fourth house of happiness and home environment. So Jupiter is ruling ascendant and the fourth house and is going into the sixth house. Sixth house is third from the fourth. So what it shows is the planet of emotions, the fourth house, is going into the sixth house of obstacles. Okay. And it is the planet Jupiter is placed in the sixth house. From the sixth house, Jupiter aspects the 12th house of losses, foreign things, isolation, And it also aspects the second house of finances, about your food, about the resources you have. And Jupiter also aspects the 10th house of career. So wherever Jupiter is placed in, it just aspects the trine. So Jupiter is going into the Artha Trikon for Sagittarius Ascendant. Sagittarius Ascendant people are perfectionist. They are disciplined and they always want things perfect. So they are always guided. So the planet of Jupiter is going into the sixth house of their discipline, their daily routine, and their everyday life. So the wisdom of Jupiter is coming into the sixth house. The Lord of the first house, the Lord of the self, is coming into the sixth house. So during this transit, these people will be drawn towards taking care of their health. The planet of wisdom is coming into the sixth house. You might start some health regime, some nutritional journey. You might start with some kind of a different diet, with some different lifestyle. Why? Because the planet of wisdom is coming into your daily routine. So this can change your habits. Jupiter is also about your finances. The planet of finances is aspecting the second house of finance. So what it shows is you will come across someone who will guide you with your investments as well. Jupiter is going into the Kritika nakshatra, into the sixth house, and is ruled and is ruling the first and the fourth house. Now you might think that it is creating a Kendradipati dosha and all, but there are so many rules around it. For Sagittarius ascendant, Jupiter is not creating Kendradipati dosha. Okay, what is this Kendradipati dosha? Dosha is when a planet is ruling the both the Kendra houses. Okay, that's when this Kendradipati dosha happen. But with Sagittarius ascendant, there are certain exceptions to it. What are the exceptions? So when one of those houses is ascendant, it just nullifies the dosha. It is not a dosha in the first place. Okay, so for Sagittarius ascendant, Jupiter is ruling both the Kendra houses, first and the fourth. But it is one of the houses is Sagittarius, which is ascendant. Okay, so yes, from the fourth house, Rahu is already making a lot of changes in your home environment. You might go through some renovation, but at the same time, Jupiter is going to bring in the finances. From the sixth house, Jupiter aspects the 12th house of isolation and spirituality. The planet of wisdom is aspecting the house of spirituality. So, what it does is this Jupiter will make you connect with the foreign person or a foreign mentor or a foreign guru, which will help you in getting ahead into your spiritual journey. You might start a spiritual journey, or you might go through certain practices. Let's say you start meditating, because sixth house is the house of discipline and the daily routine. So when the spiritual planet like Jupiter comes in here, it shows some divine intervention, it shows some spiritual practices coming into your daily routine. Jupiter, apart from spirituality, is also about the finance. We discussed that part as well. Okay, so the first lord and the fourth lord is going into the sixth house. Sixth house is one of the Dushtana houses. sixth house. And when Jupiter, your Jupiter will also be into the Artha Trikon houses as well as the Upachaya houses. Sixth house is Artha Trikon house, is Upachaya house, and is also the Dushtana house along with 8th and 12th house. So for these people, Jupiter going through the sixth house is going to bring in a lot of discipline with respect to health and with respect to health and diet especially. Okay, so now, yeah, this was the transit of Jupiter for the Sagittarius ascendant. For whenever we are talking about any transit, you should also consider two other planets like Saturn, Rahu, and then combine that with the Jupiter transit. So for Sagittarius ascendant, Saturn is going through the third house of efforts. Jupiter is also going through the sixth house of effort and discipline and the sixth house things. So both these big planets which make an impact and brings in changes into our lives are going through the Upachaya houses. So this makes you work. Jupiter is wisdom, Saturn is the real things. The planet of work comes into the house of self effort, the Saturn. Okay, but at the same time, Jupiter is ruling the Lagna. So your total focus of life will shift towards the sixth house things. The ascendant, the lord of the ascendant is Jupiter and is going into the sixth house thing. So it is connected with your body. So what I can see with this is Jupiter is the planet of spirituality, is coming into the sixth house of daily routine, and is also the planet which represents ascendant, the physical body. So you would adopt, or you would form a new habit around your spiritual beliefs which involves your physical presence. For example, let's say you decided to start meditating every single day to start your day. So it's the spiritual practice involves your body and is about Jupiterian realm of meditation, seeking wisdom. The Jupiter in the sixth house represents seeking wisdom on a daily basis, consistently. And sixth house Jupiter directly aspects the 12th house of spirituality as well. More so, Jupiter also represents expansion. So when sixth house is the house of obstacles, and obstacles are nothing but the opportunities. When Jupiter or even Rahu comes in the sixth house, it makes you expand your field of work, field of influence. Okay, so yeah, that's what happens when Jupiter is moving from Aries to Taurus for Sagittarius ascendant. If you have any question, please ask them into the comment section. Okay, what is this question? How shall be that this transit for Scorpio ascendant in my horoscope? It is in the third. We have already, Chetan, we have already made a separate video on Jupiter transits for each ascendant, but somehow I missed the Sagittarius ascendant. I feel so embarrassed and I feel so, I don't know, but somehow I missed it. So I'm making this video for the friends who have Sagittarius ascendant. Okay, so for Scorpio ascendant, you can go and watch that video. We have already have the timestamps for that video, so you don't have to watch for the other ascendants as well. You can simply go and start watching for the Scorpio ascendant. Okay. Will I be able to ask question? Yes, please ask your question. Sending positive energy to you. Yes, sending you right back, brother. Hit the like button. Yes, it does help. Thanks a lot. I wanted to know about Mahaparivartan Yoga. Okay, right. Mahaparivartan Yoga. You know, when it comes to yogas are really complicated aspect of predictive astrology. And if you look at the yogas, you would you have to focus more on the name of the yoga rather than the effects of the yoga. I always focus on the name of the Sanskrit name of the yoga says a lot of things about it. Okay, next question. When does Jupiter become activated in the chart? My daughter is a Sagittarius, but she's 7. Yeah. Okay. Each planet has the age of maturation, and there are list of ages. You might have heard that Saturn is about old age. Venus is about youthfulness. So there are specific ages for each planet. So yes, when it comes to Jupiter, it does get activated early. Okay, next question. Where can I find the video for Scorpio Ascendant? Will that include Jupiter? I have already made this video, and we have not considered or covered this retrogression, but I have already made a separate video on Jupiter retrogression. You can go and watch that as well. What would be the result if Jupiter is retrograde and debilitated? Okay, I have already made a video, but I would repeat it again for you quickly. Retrogression and debilitation doesn't make it exalted. Okay, people have this myth or whatever it is, they feel that, but retrogression makes the planet powerful and unusual. It increases its power, the cheshtabala, one of the shadbala. It increases the strength of that planet. Okay, so in a way, it's powerful. And powerful doesn't mean good or bad. That is a different way of looking at it. Okay, unusual and powerful is what would be the result of Jupiter based on where you have placed in. For example, let's say your seventh lord is Jupiter for Gemini ascendant, and you have Jupiter retrograde and debilitated into the eighth house. So it's a seventh lord into the eighth house. It's the unusual and powerful things, and it's about the seventh house of marriage. Okay, so this person will have a secretive relationship with a partner. Also, her partner would be spiritually inclined and somewhat unusual or even erratic. People say that, right? So this is how the lordship of the planets, the natural signification of the planet, will define what exactly that planet is doing in your chart. Okay, don't get afraid just because it is retrograde or it is debilitated. Debilitated doesn't mean bad, exalted doesn't mean good. It is just a dignity. Okay, the best placement is when the planet is in its own sign rather than exaltation and debilitation. But again, it is also a dignity. Okay, so if you want to go deep into this, you can go and check. Yes, I'm back. So if you want to go deep into this, you can check Jagrutadi avastha, Lajjitadi avastha, Diptadi avastha, all those avasthas are based on the degrees and so on. Okay, so the Shadmala and the degrees are very important. Okay, next. Namaskaram, sir. Jupiter Moon conjunction in Sagittarius for Gemini. Yeah, that's what we are discussing. So when you have Jupiter in the seventh house, it shows that your partner would be orthodox. Your partner would be your partner would be mm, orthodox is the right word, and also business minded, because Jupiter is also about finance. Seventh house is about your uh, about business. Okay, so in a way it brings that. And Jupiter and Moon conjunction, you have to be really careful with it, because people have overhyped that Gajakesari yoga. Okay, again, it's a yoga, and when it comes to yoga, you have to analyze it really carefully. What do I mean by examining it carefully? First thing, you have to see the lordship, whether that Jupiter is ruling the right houses, the trine houses, the Kendra houses, or it is ruling the 6, 8, 12, or the second house. Okay, and then you have to see which house is ruled by Moon. For example, let's say if it's a Cancer ascendant, and then you have Jupiter and Moon into the first house, best best combination, because Jupiter is ruling the ninth house, right? And Moon is ruling the first house and is in the first house in the sign of Cancer, which is an exaltation sign for Jupiter, and so on. Then it's good. But let's say you have Jupiter and Moon into the, let's say, Taurus in the 12th house, means nothing. I mean, it means something, but nothing to do with the Gajakesari yoga. Okay, so always be careful while judging yogas. Don't just jump to the conclusion. Okay, but yes, Jupiter and Moon are friends, great friends, and they give good results generally. Okay, but how they will good results give you good results, when they will give you good results, is where you have to really put in efforts. Okay, next question. I have retrograde Jupiter in second house, Scorpio ascendant. The video you have created, will that include? No, there are a couple of more videos I have made. You have to combine it, or maybe whatever I have explained you right now might have answered your question, or you can ask your question right now. Got you learning a lot, just really working on how to mix the planets in science. Sometimes I hear teachers speak about that and get lost because of how certain subjects correlate to the planet. Yes, it's an, planets through sign is like an art, is an art. And there is no logic, like there is a logic of the analogies and the archetypes. Planets are the conscious divine entities, and rashis in a way are environment, and rashis are related with the Vishnu, the limbs of the Vishnu, but they are not the divine mm, entities. Okay, so when a planet comes into the sign, it brings in its own powers into the sign, but it always operates into that bubble of that sign. Okay, so what you have to do is, first you have to analyze the sign. For example, let's say you know what Jupiter is and you know what Scorpio is. Then Jupiter, when it will come into the Scorpio, will try to fit into Scorpio with its own swabhav, the own nature, as against, let's say, if Jupiter is going into Taurus or in Libra or in any other Rashi. Okay, so the best thing to look for it is, go and check the signs of exaltation for each planet and try to understand why these planets are exalted into these signs and not some other signs. Okay, for example, let's say why Mars is exalted into the Capricorn and not some other sign. You have to ask yourself these questions when you're starting and learning. Okay, my best wishes to you, Cosmos, Cosmo Astrology. I hope I pronounced it right. But my blessings to you. Keep learning. I'm so happy, and my best wishes to you. Okay. Sir, can you please tell the combination of Saturn, Venus, Mars in eighth house in the sign of Aquarius in D9 chart? Oh, this is too specific. Okay, and D9, D9 is something really specific, and uh, it's not the same as D1. It's altogether different varga. Okay, there are different houses which we have to look in D9. Okay, so it's very difficult to answer this question. I don't know the answer to this question. Apologies for that. Yes, I'm blessed. I have Venus in my 12th Taurus, Gemini Sun. Amazing. This question might be out of context. Apologies already. Why did my Jupiter Mahadasha had gone horrible when Jupiter retrograde is sitting in Mool Trikon in second house? It's like completely foggy years, foggy 16 years. I'm really find it interesting the word foggy you used. Where is your Rahu placed in? Can you share where your Rahu is placed in? And anyways, when you want to see a dasha, it's not about just one planet. For example, let's say you have an exalted Jupiter and your Jupiter dasha is gone terrible and foggy, or in new Mool Trikon and it gone foggy and terrible, horrible. Okay, so when Jupiter is sitting in Mool Trikon house, second house is also the Maraka house, and again you have to see where the second lord is. What I'm doing is I'm making you think like an astrologer. If I give you one line answer to all the questions you guys asking, you will never grow. Okay, some of these questions even I don't have answers to, which I confess, because I am also learning astrology. But some of them i I can see through how you're going to develop your own study and journey into astrology. Okay, and you, who knows, you might be one of the best astrologers. Okay, but the right way to learn it is through practice, hard work, and constantly looking at charts. Okay, so why your Jupiter Mahadasha was horrible even when it is into the Sagittarius sign in Scorpio? So you have to see and look at where the sign of where the planet not Jupiter, the Rahu is, that foggy planet. Okay, please share that. Even in this uh, stream you can share it. Okay, we can discuss that. Okay, Chetan, thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Chetan. So what if Jupiter in the second house? Yes, we did that. Okay. Why are Jupiter and Moon friends? I thought Moon had a Mercury had a child with Jupiter. Yes, but when it comes to the nature of Jupiter, there are group of friends. There are friends of Moon. There are friends of Sun. Okay, there are group of friends which I have already discussed it in my course and in previous videos. So you have to see the groups of planets. But when it comes to Moon, it is more about association. Let's say if moon is connected with malefic planets, it becomes malefic. If it is with the benefic planet, it becomes benefic, and so on. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do that. That's a great question for me to research. Yes, 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 you should. You should definitely do that. That will help you. I've watched a lot of your videos, so informative. It's a great mix of learning, but needing to more. Yeah, I want you to work, and I want you to think like an astrologer rather than just getting answers from others, including me. I want you guys to grow so that you don't need me anymore. Okay, one day you would be independent and you would no more need me, and you will feel empowered. That's what my heart wishes. Okay. Oh, welcome, John. A little late. Did you go over Scorpios? I have already discussed that in different video. If you remember, I have already made a video, but I missed the Sagittarius ascendant somehow, and that's why I'm making it for the Sagittarius friends. Okay, Rahu is in the second house in Taurus, and Jupiter is in the eighth house. Okay, makes sense. Okay, you're discussing with Ruchi Baldia. Okay, yeah. Kedarji, we have already discussed it in other video. Today we are just discussing about Sagittarius ascendant. Or if you have any question around astrology with respect to any other houses or any other concepts. Okay, so yes, this was that missing Sagittarius ascendant video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste. Keep commenting. I read all the comments and I reply to all the comments. John, I read all your comments and I try to reply to it quickly. Okay. And all those friends who comment on it, I read all the comments and I reply to them, because that's the only way we can reach out to each other's heart. Okay, so keep commenting, sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibration, love and peace. Namaste.